At this time, all jumpers have deployed their main parachutes and are setting up for precision landing on the target area before you. This first pass of jumpers is comprised of the class of 2010 members of the competition team. The Wings of Blue was founded in 1966 in order to give cadets at the Air Force Academy experience in the techniques of free-fall parachuting. In addition to performing at demonstrations such as this one you'll be seeing today, the team actively participates in parachuting competitions at the local, regional, national, and international levels. The Wings of Blue have won numerous awards in parachute meets across the country. Our first jumper to land from the Giza Pyramids in Cairo, Egypt, Cadet First Class Steve Azab. Following Cadet Azab, trailing the Army flag from Tampa, Florida, Cadet First Class Brent Stevens. Our third jumper to land from Honolulu, Hawaii, Cadet First Class Joe Brundage. And trailing a red streamer from Atlanta, Georgia, Cadet First Class Justin North. Following Justin, trailing yellow smoke high above, all the way from Dodger Stadium, California, give it up for Cadet First Class Gabe Guzman. Ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention high overhead again, you'll see our jumpers exit the aircraft. Following Spencer from Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Cadet First Class Kip Hansen. Following Kip, trailing the Coast Guard flag from Platte City, Missouri, Connor Flint. Right behind Connor from Scobie, Montana, Cadet First Class Dave Lybrand. Following Dave, trailing the Texas flag from Lubbock, Texas, Cadet First Class Brad Killian. Following Brett from Allentown, Pennsylvania, give it up for Sam Boone. Trailing the red and blue double streamer from Surprise, New York, Cadet First Class Johnny Weininger. Following Johnny from Appleton, Wisconsin, Cadet First Class Dan Dreyer. And right behind Dan from Anacortes, Washington, put your hands together for Cadet First Class Chris Smith. Following Chris with the blue and silver streamer from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Cadet First Class Gina K13 Koenigsberger. Is Cadet First Class Ann Hansen from Anchorage, Alaska. Trailing two drop-down flags, the POW MIA flag, and our Stars and Stripes. First to land, all the way from... And our Stars and Stripes carried today by Cadet First Class Spencer Chardine from Louisville, Kentucky. At this time, we'd like to thank you all for your attention. We hope that you've enjoyed watching today's demonstration as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. This concludes strategic studies. The T-41 has been a mainstay of Academy airmanship programs for over 2 decades, with its outstanding safety and reliability solo free-fall program in the world.
Just get over. Oh, is there room?
What time?
No more room. Okay. Forget it. That's it.
The open's coming then.
The remaining aircraft in Dakota. You may notice the smoky trails coming off their aircraft. What you are actually seeing are vapor streams as they are now dumping water ballast from off. The Duo Discus boasts the best glide performance of any aircraft in the Air Force inventory with an astounding 45-to-1 glide ratio. The TG-15A is a true aerodynamic marvel. In addition to their astonishing The two sailplanes now approaching Show Center are the TGs being flown by Cadets First Class Danny Hahn of Littleton, Colorado, and Brendan Ross of Winter Springs, Florida. Watch now as they release from Aerotow and begin their crosswind turn. Now watch as each Merlin turns to enter the pattern for a landing in sequence here on Stillman Field. With over 200 sorties per day operating from the Academy's airfield, our cadet instructor pilots are often forced to share the landing pattern with other aircraft. The second Merlin glider is being flown by Cadets First Class Jake Belka of West Valley City, Utah, and Troy Baggs of North Salt Lake, Utah. Watch now as our capable cadet instructor pilots execute precision landings right here on Stillman Field. With 200 instructor pilots, 180 of whom are cadets, the
It's gotta be tough to train now.
Ladies and gentlemen, now for a change of pace. Please direct your attention high above and to the southwest towards the glider on top. The 94th Flying Training Squadron's aerobatic demonstration team would like to invite you to enjoy this exciting display of glider aerobatics. The aircraft being used in today's demonstration is the TG-10C Sabre, also known as the Blahnik L-13 aircraft. Today's aerobatic performances will feature the newly acquired smoke system for the Sabre. Piloting the Sabre is Cadet First Class Dan Cahoon of Uniston, Virginia, who is joined today by Lieutenant Colonel Noel Hank, who is stopping his forward motion. Cadet Cahoon will stall and rotate the sailplane through 1.5 rotations and recover from vertical flight. Now Cadet Cahoon must get into the Cuban 8 maneuver. He will fly 5/8 of a loop, then roll upright and repeat that same process to paint a figure 8 in the sky. The next maneuver you will see is called the cloverleaf, which gracefully combines a loop and 1/4 roll. Now the sailplane prepares to pull up into vertical flight for the hammerhead. Just in this maneuver, Cadet Cahoon will pilot the sailplane through its entire performance envelope, flying it both at stall speed and never exceed speeds.
Okay, thanks. Bye. Sarah's coming to say hi.
Cadet Cahoon is now demonstrating precise control of the Sabre by blending a 90-degree turn and a full roll at the same time. The last maneuver requires extreme coordination and pilot skill as Cadet Cahoon pilots the sailplane through a 270-degree turn while rolling 3 times in the opposite direction. Today will be a second TG-10C Sabre piloted by Cadet First Class Scott Hatter from Anchorage, Alaska, who's joined today by Lieutenant Colonel William B. Bresnick, the squadron commander. Watch now as Scott releases from tow and sets up for today's final performance. Cadet Hatter is now diving for his first maneuver, the hesitation roll. The pilot will pause halfway through his roll to demonstrate the excellent flight characteristics of the TG direction. Now Cadet Hatter gains speed and pulls up into vertical flight for the Humpty Bump maneuver. What you will see next is a shark's tooth. Cadet Hatter will raise his pitch 30 degrees above the horizon, roll inverted, and then pull the sailplane so it is pointing straight down towards the ground. This maneuver paints a shark's tooth in the sky. Up next is a clover leaf, which gracefully combines a loop and 1/4 roll. Cadet Hatter will perform 4 consecutive clover leaps, which in succession will create a 4-leaf clover in the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Cadet Calhoun and Colonel Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching as Cadet Hatter executes a 4G 90-degree turn at almost 90 degrees of bank. Finally, Scott will...
Just tell him. Just tell him where you're going to post the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just received a note that there has been a slight change of plans with our final aircraft in today's demonstration. In place of Lieutenant Colonel Resnick, the 94th Flying Training Squadron Commander, Cadet Hatter will be landing before us today with the Superintendent of the United States Air Force Academy, Lieutenant General Mike Gould.
Yes, talk about being a little nervous. You're right, guy next to me, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Cadet Hatter and General Gould. Not a bad way to make an entrance.
What's that? What was yesterday? Yesterday was organizational awards parade. Okay. So yeah, it was a really cool session.
But it's not.
The squadrons got with awards and stuff. Heel squad? His squad got some sort of military award.
In Mississippi. Cadet Squadron 2 is led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Mark Favinger of Minden, Nebraska. The Dogs of War are led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel John Tillotson of Ham Lake, Minnesota. Next up, Cadet Squadron 4 is led by their squad of Put-in Bay, Ohio. And last, rounding off first group, is Tiger 10, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Benjamin Jolson of Warren, New Jersey.
Are the Chicken Hawks, commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Topolis from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Leading Stalag 17 is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Zane Knob from Ogallala, Nebraska. Following Stalag 17 are the Night Riders, commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Benjamin Nauman from Huntingtown, Maryland. Following the Night Riders are the Wolverines.
What percentage actually marched?
就我哋角度對，做嗰啲點解你話啲唔知唔知已經騎掉呀？啲山嚟哦，呢邊嘅後邊對啦。我呢度個咧坐嘅，就你這裡後邊對啦。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Major John Hughley with the United States Air Force Academy Aerial Control Team, Scenic Control. On behalf of Colonel Patrick O. Moylan, Commander 306 Flying Training Group, it is my pleasure to return again and narrate today's aerial review. Today we will present 4 separate aircraft representing the grandfathers of the U.S. Air Force fleet. Together, these 4 aircraft represent a combined age of 198 years. Yet even today, with numerous upgrades and improvements, they are the mainstay of our Air Force fleet. They continue to carry the fight to the enemy in the global war on terrorism. These aircraft are a true testament to the strength. Our next aircraft, also entering service in 1956, and over 530 were built. Its principal mission is air refueling. Eric Larson, ladies and gentlemen, the 135. When it launched from Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana, flew to the Arabian Peninsula and launched conventional air-launched cruise missiles and returned. A 35-hour non-stop combat mission. For the 52nd graduating class from the United States Air Force Academy, I present for you ICER 2-1 from the 5th Bomb Wing, Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, the Boeing B-52H Stratofortress.
这个相机也都是的，一边车拢变白。
What happened last time? Did somebody pass out or did somebody just fall?
There are some cadets who are not marching, but they're not considered absent. Some kind of inspecting bags or showing places. Right,
It's like kind of a film.
必备。告。啥咋了？
买到都伫咧堆诶内底啊，那直直行出来。
Might miss that.
Today's reviewing officer is Lieutenant General Mike Gould, Superintendent, United States Air Force Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of honors and remain standing for the national anthem, including three... Thank you. Please be seated.
marching away from the cadet wing to take positions opposite the lower three classes. This signifies the first class graduation and their commission as second lieutenants in the United States Air Force. The first classmen are leading the wing in the flying wedge formation. A cadet marches in the wedge formation only twice in 4 years at the academy, at the very beginning and at the very end of a cadet career. The inverted wedge, the opposite of today's flying wedge, is used when a new class is accepted into the cadet wing at the beginning of the fourth class year. As the inverted wedge signifies the start of a cadet's career, so does the flying wedge signify the successful completion of the rigorous academy program and entry into the operational Air Force as professional officers. We would like to recognize the class officers of the class of 2010 who have served their place, making it one of the most active classes in Academy's history. The class president is Cadet First Class Joshua Lapso of CS-39, Haley Williams. And the class secretary is Cadet First Class Joe Larson of CS-39.
这个，这里，那场，还有哪里呀？第二，对呀，第一个。
that the graduating class has departed the cadet wing, the class of 2011 is assuming their command positions within the wing.
Yeah. Not the one closest to the wall, but the other one. That's him. Next to the girl. Yeah, next to the girl. Yeah. I did do you.
Field and the cadet first class dismissal.
Can you take one minute? My girl 放照了，他要帮我们4个。Hello。我们也可以的，可以没问题的。来。
They're going to dinner, I guess. They won't go without.
Maybe they're locking in the car. They're locking inside the car.
I'm just shit my house. Me? Oh, I thought you have a jacket.
Oh yeah, we're gonna send pictures.
ผู้晚宴
Well, I've been.
We have assignments.